The man was riding the elevator when he suddenly noticed, to his horror, that a young woman had placed her hand on the emergency brake button. A wave of panic surged through him. He suffered from severe claustrophobia, just as he was beginning to hyperventilate. But before he could act, the young woman pressed the button without hesitation. The elevator jerked and came to a sudden stop on the 49th floor. Furious, the man scolded the young woman for pressing random buttons. But to his shock, an older gentleman nearby immediately fired him on the spot. It turned out that the older man was actually the CEO of the company, and everyone else inside the elevator was a company employee. The CEO calmly pressed the emergency call button and instructed staff to send help right away. But he was informed that only the fire department could resolve the issue. Everyone quietly waited for the rescue team. The man grew increasingly agitated. A woman standing behind him handed him a bottle of hard liquor to help calm his nerves, which seemed to work at least temporarily. Just then the CEO casually mentioned that he was planning to retire at the end of the year and would be receiving a generous pension every month. Suddenly, a middle-aged woman in the back lost control of her emotions. She shouted that her husband had once been a major investor in the company, but months ago, after the business collapsed, he jumped to his death. She believed the man responsible was none other than the CEO standing before her. She furiously accused him of faking financial statements, blaming all the company's losses on investors, even though the company had made billions in profits each year. Her husband had gone bankrupt and eventually took his own life. The CEO quickly tried to defend himself, saying that investing always involves risk, and no one can truly predict the outcome. He urged her to grieve and move on, but the woman was beyond consoling. Her rage spiked her blood pressure, and she suddenly collapsed onto the elevator floor. Weakly, she muttered that she had a serious heart condition. A heavyset man immediately dialed for emergency medical help, but the dispatcher said the ambulance would take at least 10 minutes to arrive. As her life seemed to be slipping away, the woman revealed something that sent chills through the entire elevator. She had a bomb strapped to her body. She explained that she had come to the building that morning to take revenge for her husband's death, and now that she had the CEO trapped in the elevator with her, her mission was complete. With that, she peacefully passed away. Panic erupted. Everyone in the elevator frantically called the police and searched for any possible escape route, but the CEO was skeptical. He didn't believe the woman was telling the truth. To be sure, a blonde woman crouched down, gently lifted the deceased woman's clothes, and there it was, a timed explosive device strapped to her torso with visible wires. The realization sent a wave of terror through everyone. If the bomb went off, they would all be obliterated. Desperate to survive, they began searching for an escape hatch, but the emergency panel on the elevator ceiling wouldn't budge. Left with no other option, they teamed up to pry open the elevator doors, hoping to climb out, but outside was just a dark concrete wall. The only potential exit was a small opening above. A man in a suit decided to reach through and try to press the external control button, but his arm couldn't quite reach it, so he grabbed the deceased woman's key and used it to try and hit the switch. Just as he was about to succeed, the young woman started pressing random buttons inside the elevator. Once again, chaos was far from over.